I think it was on Deadline. I picked up some news story, and there were some comments in there. I went on a few sites and looked at some comments, but right here, I got this person that's like, yes, I will watch anything that she's in. Just yes. And then, you know, there are some people who were just confused. Some people heard the news. I like this one right here. They said, but she's tiny. I can see the confusion on her face, but she's so tiny.
She's so small.
Small. There was a long list of actresses out there that fans wanted to play the She-Hulk. And Tatiana Maslany was not one of them.
Nope.
At all.
She was not on anyone's list.
Yeah, she was the Maslany or whatever her name is.
Tatiana Maslany.
Maslany, yeah. No, she was not. No one ever mentioned that name.
Yeah.
Tatiana Maslany, is that a Game of Thrones character? That a Star Wars chick?
Working the Mos Eisley Cantina.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong. She's fine as
yeah, she's beautiful.
But when it came to She-Hulk, that was the last person on anybody's mind.
Yeah.
If I sat up here for 100 years and say, hey, who would you think would be a good She-Hulk? No one ever mentioned her name.
I did not hear anyone mention it online.
That's what you getting. Yep. She has been officially cast as She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the good news is that while you don't really associate her with something that's in comics, you know, you don't really think about any kind of big comic book property.
Right.
When her name comes up. She is no stranger to science fiction and fantasy.
That's correct.
You know, because one of the things that, if you have heard of her name, you like everybody else that's heard of her. You're like, oh, that chick from Orphan Black.
I saw her go kill herself.
Ew.
Yeah, and she...
Hey! God damn, are you a Harry Potter character? Hey!
What if she killed herself?
Yeah, he almost licked her face.
Yeah.
His lips almost hit her nose. Hey!
Damn right. You're damn right.
Beth, what's happened?
A lot.
Now, this is the thing that, of the show where she played all these different characters. You didn't see that right here, but you know, I'll show you a little bit of that because this is something where, look, if if her appearance is throwing you off, well, you can kind of rest easy that at least you're getting a good actress.
Exactly.
Do you even know who you're talking to? How many of us are there?
She ain't no schlub when it comes to acting.
No, she's talented. I've seen her in a few other things as well.
Yeah, you might even heard it. Like I said, no stranger to sci-fi or fantasy. You know, when she's not too busy playing about 5 crazy bitches.
That's what she is known for.
That's what she's known for.
Even the movie, I saw her and she played someone who had like a personality disorder, and she would just go off like that. And like her boyfriend, who in the movie and in real life said, yeah, she would just do her own thing, and I just have to react to her.
Yeah.
Prone to improv.
Maybe she's really mentally ill.
Yeah. You want to be a superhero? Yeah. That's perfect. Perfect for the Hulk, right?
Maybe she's so crazy she might actually transform into a green chick.
Hulk out.
Yeah, she might actually mutate to a giant green chick. Look, it's the internet, and the internet is gonna respond like they do. You know, when they heard about this,
it's not when they want.
Yeah, when they heard about this, the reactions were anywhere from man to what the f. You know, people were, you know, they had words. Look, I'll say this. There was some responses on there that were pretty positive.
Yeah, I was positive. I was like, I'd not considered it, but I was like, oh, perfect. She'd be great.
Yeah. You know, because some people feel like you. Mm-hmm. You know, I went on to, I think it was, let's see where it is that I went, where I found this. I think it was on Deadline. I picked up some news story, and there were some comments in there. I went on a few sites and looked at some comments, but right here, I got this person that's like, yes, I will watch anything that she's in. Just yes. And then, you know, there are some people who were just confused. Some people heard the news. I like this one right here. They said, but she's tiny. I can see the confusion on her face, but she's so tiny.
She's so small.
Small. And I'll give it to you, she is small. But you know what? I was doing some research on the character, and that's the point.
Yes.
The point is that You know, I didn't read any She-Hulk comics coming up. There's a lot of stuff I didn't read. I read a lot of comics, but I had my 5 or 6 that I read consistently. But She-Hulk I never read, but her alter ego is Jennifer Walters. Jennifer Walters is small compared to like her alter ego, She-Hulk.
Yeah. She's an attorney as well.
It's like, it's almost like some people expecting Disney to actually hire like an 8-foot green bitch.
You know what? I'm actually glad you brought that up, because were people saying this about Edward Norton? Were people saying this about Eric Bana or Mark Ruffalo?
That is
true.
Like,
why all of a sudden now it's like, oh, no, she doesn't have the right body type. Does Mark Ruffalo have the right body type for Hulk?
No. You know what? I'll get, you know what? I think I know.
Like, what are they saying?
You make that is a great point.
Yeah.
And only thing I would say about that is that I think the Hulk is more mainstream for people. So the Hulk has this whole mythology of being the puny guy doused by gamma rays, who all of a sudden becomes the raging, angry Hulk, the monster Hulk. So I think that, I think people are used to hearing that backstory. They don't know Jennifer Walters, a lot of people. Right. They don't know She-Hulk that much. They just know that She-Hulk or the Hulk has a cousin and she's fine as.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. and she likes to fuck. That's the thing that's with her in the comics.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many dudes just still stuck up in that vagina.
Tony Stark, Matt Murdock, Star-Lord, Wolverine.
That's a big ass vagina. I can see Tony Stark walking up to Matt Murdock and be like, "Damn, you here too?"
There's like a panel from the comics where they actually see it together, and he's like, "Ow, ow, ow!" Afterwards,
be like the boys where he just crushes some dude's skull. Okay, so you're talking about how nobody complained about Edward Norton. But, the other thing that I would say that why this is expected is because listen, I'm on your side as far as why are people complaining? Because you would think at this point, just with the casting of Batman alone, Batman and Batman characters, because everybody complained about Christian Bale, and everybody sure as hell complained about Heath Ledger as the Joker. Even today, we heard the news that Robert Pattinson is being Batman. Everybody like, that sparkle mother, now everybody's looking at this and they're just like, oh my God, that's
best Batman.
Shit, he's a badass. Yeah. It's the best Batman ever. I ain't even seen the shit yet. I'm calling it right now. You would think that people would sit back and look at all those examples and finally say, let's just wait and see.
Why would you ever think that the internet would sit back and wait and see? No, we have to have a reaction now. I need to share my opinion right now, and everyone needs to know what it is. And I got to be angry or passionate.
Exactly. No one can ever just sit back. We've had so many lessons of sit back, wait, and see.
Yep.
But I think I see why people are looking at this in this particular case with Tatiana Maslany, I think, who's a Canadian actress. It's like, I don't even know what she is, man. I just found out today she's Canadian. I thought she was British.
I know. Her accent's great.
Yeah. Does she have an accent?
No.
Okay. See,
I've interviewed her, so she doesn't have an accent.
She's got to be crazy.
Yeah. I think so. She's talented.
She's too good to be sane. But I looked at this and I said, you know what? I see why a lot of things happen online like the way they do with casting, because a lot of those complaints sometimes comes from rumors that already get started. Because do you remember with She-Hulk, they were talking about the chick from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, Stephanie Beatrice?
Stephanie Beatrice, yeah. And then after her, they were talking about Allison Brie.
Yeah, which I was like, okay.
And because people saw her in Glow, and they're like, oh, shit. Yeah,
she knows how to wrestle, so She-Hulk wrestles.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, cast.
She's got on that She-Hulk one piece. She almost got camel toe, that crazy
kind of. Watch the show. Her and all the rest of the ladies in there.
Yeah. But, when rumors come out, people already got in their mind like, oh, that would be good. And then they want it.
They're set on it. They're set on it now.
And it doesn't help when people start doing fan art.
Yep.
So that fan art already puts images in your head, and you start thinking, okay, I can perfectly see that. And so when they see that, they already want it.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why people are like, I just don't see it. Because, well, that's because you're too busy looking at someone's that's already in your head.
You've been inundated with all these other images for months upon months, and that's what you just want, and you won't accept anything else at this point.
Yeah. Well, I got to ask you, are you the type that would just say, all right, I'm going to sit back and wait? Because looking at how the Hulk well, She-Hulk rather, how she's supposed to be small and petite, and then go into this, she's supposed to turn to this
Monster
green, this giant green mutation, fine ass mutation. But I'm looking at her and I'm like, there's nothing there to make me say either or at this moment, except that she's a damn good actress. I mean, and she could probably play this role well.
Well, as I said before, when we first started talking about it, it's like she wasn't on my list of like, oh, that's who I want to see as Jennifer Walters as She-Hulk. But when I heard that she was cast, like, oh, she's great. She's very talented, and I'm sure she'll do a great job. So that was positive in that way.
Yeah. Well, there's two things that I'm thinking here. One, Jennifer Walters is an attorney. So looking at this picture right here, I'm like, well, she already got that down.
Yeah,
I mean, she might want to go put a shirt on before she goes to court.
No, man, that's how she goes to court. I think she wins those goddamn cases.
Judge is like, shit. Her.
Yeah, whatever.
Guilty, innocent, I don't know. Whatever she wants. Yeah, man. So I'm looking at this business attire, and I'm like, okay, she's got that down. And the other thing is that, what's the budget for this show, man? Because are they going to make her like CG like they do with Mark Ruffalo?
I think they have to.
Yeah.
They can't do some Lou Ferrigno type, spray paint her green. No. They got to go the whole thing. They got to have her as the Hulk. And the thing is with She-Hulk, in the comics at least, they might change it for the show because of budget reasons, but she's always She-Hulk. She never transforms back into Jennifer Walters. I mean, she retains her personality. She's just like, oh, fuck, I'm big and sexy now.
Do you think that they're going to change the character to change back every now and then?
Would not be surprised. I think that
because they can't have, man. It's on. Is it Disney Plus?
Disney Plus.
They ain't got that. But it's Disney. They can spend as much money as they want.
Yeah, but I mean, still, they're shows. I mean, look at The Mandalorian. It's like, yeah, it looks good, but it doesn't look as good as the movies. Though,
no,
right? So I think they're going to change it up where she's going to turn back into Jennifer Walters. So,
yeah, she's going to be wearing like a different suit every week because she tore up the last one.
That'll be a running gag.
Yeah.
Yep. She's like, oh God, don't hold it in.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll make this.
It's my time of the month. I'm sorry, I had to do it.
You had to do it. But hey, if anything, it'll work for that.
It will. The She-Hulk comics I've read, like back in the day, I mean, it was very much like she's the female version of Hulk. She gets into superhero battles and things. But the more recent comics, they've kind of treated her more as an attorney representing superheroes. And so when they up, which
she comes in.
She comes in and goes, all right, this is our defense. This is what I'm going to do. Okay, so you sit there, you shut up, Tony. Shut up. Don't be smart, and I'm going to fix this situation. Now, if they do that, be more comedic. I think that'd be cool to see.
That would be great if they can bring in, because now everything is connecting.
Yep.
This would be a great time to bring in Matt Murdock, man.
I know. Because they have a great relationship in the comics. Yeah, that would be so much fun.
So now you're gonna let's start bringing that cinematic universe to the small screen as well as the big screen, and of course, you know what, they have the money to spend, and if they wanted to, it's gonna be too much because it's an episodic show.
Yep.
But also they're gonna be like, well, we're just gonna. We're going to keep the budget a little bit low because we got to save the big stuff for the big screen.
Exactly.
To get you to go there.
And who's to say that they're not going to feature characters like her in the movies? Because they absolutely will. They will. No, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and all those other guys.
Yeah, no, they'll bring her into the movie. I mean, now that they can. They ain't got to fight with Netflix and, Perlmutter or whatever.
Like Perlmutter.
Yeah, they'll be able to bring in. This would be great for television because now they can do what they couldn't do with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., what they couldn't do with Daredevil or The Punisher or whatever her name is, Jessica Jones. They'll be able to show her defending somebody like the Falcon when something goes wrong.
I love that. That'd be so cool. Yeah, and that'll be like the guest star.
Can't you imagine if the Falcon has like even something where he's wondering if he can get like, I'm a black man, I can't get no justice.
They might have something like that. Very timely topics.
Yeah, they'll do all kind of interactions and cameos and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what they do with this. This could be a fun show.
Mark Ruffalo even put out a tweet. He's like, I'm happy to welcome my cousin in the MCU.
He did?
Yeah, so he's excited.
Nice.
He's gonna probably be involved in the show too.
He has
He'll Hulk out once, not for every episode, but he'll do it one time.
It only be for a little while. Yeah. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, me too.
I really am.
It's great.
Yeah. Is there anybody that you would have wanted?
There isn't. I forget her name, but did you watch Ash vs. Evil Dead?
No, I watched about 5 episodes.
The main actress in that, who was one of his partners, that was my choice. I always forget her name, but I think I don't know, her personality, I think, would have really worked for She-Hulk. She's a lot of fun, and she's, obviously very comfortable with genre content. I think she did a great job. I always forget her name, though.
Donna
De Lorenzo. She would have been my choice for She-Hulk.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah.
I can see it. Not far from Stephanie Beatrice.
Yeah, no, very similar.
Yeah.
Facial features and everything, body type.
Racist.
Racist that they look the same.
You know, I should have pulled up a picture of Stephanie Beatrice and like her. You're like, oh yeah, that's her.
Yeah, no, I would have known. It's like, nah.
All right. No, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
Look, all the shows, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what they start doing with this. That's what everybody got it for. Because everybody got Disney Plus thinking, oh shit, Marvel coming up next week.
And it's been, how long? Can't even get the first one, Falcon Winter Soldier. Well, apparently Scarlet Witch's show is going to come out this year.
Is it?
That's what they said, yeah.
Oh, this is off subject right here, but I think they definitely are not. You can stop hoping for Black Widow to go to Disney Plus because Mulan didn't do that well.
It did not.
Yeah,
some poetic justice right there.
Had a lot of controversy.
Oh yeah. Well, the fact that they're filming next to the Chinese concentration camps.
Yep.
When they're imprisoning
and then
Muslims.
thanking them.
So.
Yeah.